Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage. Welcome to a brand new series of Star Trek New Horizons. Now you may or may not have heard of this game, and that's because it isn't really a game. It is a total conversion mod for Stellaris by Paradox. So a quick sort of forewarning to anyone watching this video. This first video is probably going to be quite a bit of talk before we actually get into the game, because there's a couple of things that I want to go through. So you have been warned. Now, it's actually been quite some time since I played Stellaris. Played it when it first came out, and there were things I liked about it, things I disliked about it. There have been a few of the major patches since then that have tried to address some of the issues that myself and other players had with the games. Apparently, it still hasn't been completely sort of put to the state that most people would like at the moment, but you know, they are making improvements. There has been a DLC by the name of Leviathans, which I have got, but I didn't really get a chance to mess around with it. And there's another expansion, an actual sort of major expansion coming out called Utopia, which at the moment there's no release date for, it just says soon. Now, from the moment I very heard that Stellaris was going to be... I just messed that sentence up. From the very first moment I heard that Stellaris was even going to be a thing, I expected, I wanted somebody to make a Star Trek Total Conversion mod, and here it is. In fact, it's not just one person, it's actually a bit of a community project. There are multiple people working and contributing towards this. So even though Stellaris is a full released game, even though obviously being Paradox it's never completely complete, because they're always patching it and adding stuff, the actual mod is still in beta, so there are chances there may be bugs and various other issues. Now, the game has some absolutely lovely music. You probably can't even hear it. I can just only hear it myself. I've got it turned down really low. That's because some enterprising individual has taken some of the original Star Trek music from the various different series and from the movies, mixed it with the Stellaris music and made some brilliant mashups of the themes. Now, as much as I'd love to let you guys hear that, because it's beautiful music, I don't want CBS to copyright claim me into the 23rd century. And even though they are remixed themes, the Star Trek themes are recognisable enough for YouTube's algorithm to pick up. So, with that in mind, you're probably not going to get to hear much or any of the music on these videos. So just before we jump in, I'm just going to quickly have a look and basically go through some of the features that this mod pack has for you. So there are 5 unique static galaxy maps, including several built for low NPCs. So the actual map is custom designed. It's not randomly generated. So all of the different races are where they're supposed to be within the galaxy and the different quadrants. There are 50 pre-scripted Star Trek canon races with animated portraits. Some of them are better than others. I have had a look. There are full ship sets for United Earth, Klingon Empire, Romulan Star Empire, Cardassian Union, the Dominion, the Vulcan High Command, the Andorian Empire, the Tellarite Tenocracy, the Ferengi Alliance, the Gorn Hegemony, the Kazon Sex, the Tholian Assembly, the Breen Confederacy, the Zindi Council, the Udine and Borg collectives. There are pirates and space aliens with generic ship sets, more than 250 unique ship models, unique aeromechanics, including Enterprise, Original Series, I don't know what TMP is, TNG, obviously the Next Generation, eras for Federation, Romulans, and the Klingon Defense Force. New weapons, shields, and special effects, custom ship behavior, improved AI, improved new ship designer with tons of possible variations, 300 plus race-specific weapons, 200 plus new components, entirely new tech tree containing more than 700 technologies, many Star Trek anomalies and events, UI rework, sound, music, and voiceovers rework, non-playable Borg faction conquering the Delta Quadrant, new Borg assimilating mechanic and Borg AI, rebalanced, new ethos, new policies, new space animations, 50 plus unique planets and terraforming mechanics, including graphics for these tile sets and planet surfaces, new city environment graphics for Tholian, Cardassian, Vulcans, and Klingons, 6 unique ship classes, clonable Jem'Hadar and Vorta for the Dominion, Federation Council mechanic, Romulan Tal Shiar committee mechanic, Obsidian Order mechanic, Klingon Civil War events, Federation story, Klingon story, Romulan story, Cardassian story, Xindi crisis, Soul of Alar crisis, Species 8472 crisis, and a lot of localization. So you can see they've done quite a bit to this game. That is something that is really, really cool. So one thing I want to do just before we do anything else, I did say I'm going to have the music down nice and low, but we are going to turn up some of the other volumes a little bit. The voices and stuff I think we'll have a little bit higher. Always nice to hear that, because it is now the Star Trek computer. So we're going to go ahead and start a new game. And as you can see down on the left hand side, there is a massive list of different species from Star Trek. I know most of them. There's a few that I don't really recognise. Obviously, we've got United Earth. So, essentially, we've got the Federations. And you can see down here, everything's been sort of pre-set up to work with these different races. I'm not going to go through every one and sort of like read everything out. But so, we've got the Klingon Empire. And you can see they've got their ships as well. We've got the Romulan Star Empire. We have the Cardassian Union. We have the Dominion. We've got the Andorran Empire, the Tellarite Tenocracy, the Vulcan High Command, we've got the Breen Confederacy, the Ferengi Alliance, again, everyone's still got the right ships. We've even got the Gorns in here as well, we've got the Kazon Sects, we've got the Tholian Assembly, we've got the Argorathi Commonwealth in there, we have the Bajoran Republic, we have the Benzite Commonwealth, the Bolian League, the Brunali Empire, the Devor Imperium, the Dossi Confederacy, Fendamar States, Flaxian Hegemony, the Garidian Republic, the Hercu Stagnacy, I don't even know who half of these guys are, the Karaman Federation, the Krenim Imperium, the Morali States, the Norsicans, the Norcadians, the Nibirites, the Orions, the Rakari, the Sheliak, Talaxians are in there. I noticed one race that isn't in there is the... Oh, I've forgotten the race now. Dr. Phlox from Enterprise. Can't remember his race, but they're not represented. The Tamarian Unity, the Turagon Empire, and, you know, it goes... There's only a few more, but you can see even from the latest movie as well. So there's quite a few in there. However, we are going to go in and play as the good old classic United Earth Empire. We start on Earth. We actually start with Mars as well. Pretty much everyone seems to use warp travel in this, at least to start with anyway. So we have the Star Trek New Horizons Milky Way Galaxy. You can just play on specific quadrants, but we want the entire galaxy, so that is what we're going to play on. I'm just going to leave all the settings on default, and in we go. Going to go and get started and play. So here we are. The spectre of war has followed humanity for centuries, culminating in the Third World War in 2053. Emerging from this post-atomic horror, the people of Earth struggled to survive until the scientist Zefram Cochrane successfully drew the attention of the Vulcan science vessel Tiplanahath a decade later. Following almost a century of Vulcan patronage, the people of Earth are ready to take their first steps into the great unknown, to seek out new life and new civilizations, to boldly go where no one has gone before. Notice I've changed that from no man. So our traits, we are charismatic, so we make other species happy. We are communal, so we get a lot of happiness. We are natural sociologists, so we get some more society output. And we prefer M-class planets. See, they've even used the proper Star Trek class designations. We do have a negative, though. We are slow breeders. Growth time is an extra 15%. We are individualists. We are diplomatic. And we are stoic. So let us go and begin. Let's make sure we are paused, and we are. So we start in the Sol system, and we have Earth, our home planet. Very, very nice looking planet it is indeed. And there is the moon. You'll also notice that the middle mouse button, that the stations are properly Star Trek themed, as are our ships, even though we do start with these very, very sort of early frigates, but they will do. We've also got our construction ship here. I think that's our construction ship. Yep, we've got our construction ship, and no, that's our science ship. Our construction ship is over here. And we also start with Mars colonized as well. Who do we have on? There's not an awful lot that we have on Mars, but we do have a colony on Mars. So, okay, fantastic. We need to sort out some sciences. That sun is very, very bright. Let's go have a look at the actual galaxy itself. Now, I have messed around with this briefly. I haven't played more than a few minutes in, but the first people we will bump into are the Vulcans, of course, because they are sort of right next to us in galactic terms. So, let's just go back in and get started. So, let's go for our physics research. So, we can get optical computers. Now, what do these actually give us? I don't know what most of this tech is, you see, because I haven't really messed around with it. This tech presents a breakthrough in physics and computers. It is critical for future advancement in the field and should be researched immediately. We've got transporters. Okay, maybe we do need to go for that then. So let's go and work on that. Our society research. Colony ship. Yes, that is one that we do want to get as soon as possible. That hasn't changed. And then for engineering, we've got mineral isolation, which will give us beryllium and chemosite. We've got light hull construction specialization and improved spaceports. Let's go for the better hulls, I think. So, what do we want to do? Well, the first thing we want to do is a bit of exploration. So, we want our science ship. Let's go out here. Now, remember, we are using warp. So, we should be able to... I wonder if they've actually changed warp, because warp used to just let you use... it's not hyperlane travel. We don't use stargates. We don't use space lanes. We don't use wormhole gates or anything like that. So, interesting new method of propulsion. Should have checked on that. But let's go ahead and we'll survey Alpha Centauri. And we'll survey Bernard's star. And we'll survey Struvit's, whatever that number is, Struve 2398. And then we'll probably work our way out from there. Now let's go back into here. What's that noise it keeps making? Very, very strange sound effect. So we are going to want to collect some resources. Let's go ahead and get our construction ship. One of the first things we're going to want to do is build a mining station on Sol, so we get some extra energy. Let's go ahead and unpause the game. Now, we do have some more resources here that we can exploit. I'm assuming everything here has been... yeah, basically it looks like everything here has already been sort of uncovered. But we can certainly go ahead and get some more resources from Jupiter here and a few of the moons of Saturn and Uranus. So we've got some more minerals down there. In the meantime, though, we are off exploring with our... science ships. So exactly how do these ships move? I'm trying to work out how the movement system works for these. Not 100% certain. Looks like we're doing something. Anyway, let's go ahead and look at this transmission.
Or they will challenge you.
So this is the Vulcan High Command. The human people should not be prisoners in the United Earth, and neither should our own people be limited to inhabit our territory. Let us agree to remedy this. So it's not telling me specifically what that is. I'm assuming it's a migration agreement.
Challenge your preconceptions, or they will challenge you.
We would not want to drag your people into a conflict, but it is clear that we would benefit from joining together against possible threats. So we have a defensive pact with the Vulcans. And you can see the Vulcans are down here. And is that their capital? Surely their capital should be Vulcan, should it not? It is. There's Vulcan there. So we have found the Vulcans, or... more correctly, I suppose they find us. It does seem quite scripted, that one. So we'll keep doing a little bit of exploration. Now, as usual, one thing that we do want to do is get out a few ships, because we're not at our limit. We're close, but not quite. In fact, we don't have enough resources to get that at the moment. We do have...
Station complete.
Mining station is done. We do have ourselves the phase cannon defense module. We don't have any other slots. We've got another slot we can use, but nothing we can put in that. So construction is complete. Let's go back and have another look at our construction ship and decide what we want to do with you next. See, it always goes to the wrong place. There we go. So I'd like minerals, I suppose, more than anything. Let's go ahead and get ourselves a mining station on the minerals. And then probably to break energy free, we'll have to wait on that because we can't afford it. Let's have a quick look on Earth and see if there's anything we can build on the surface to help us out. So we do have a few facilities already built. That's good. That will actually help us get some additional minerals in. As soon as we actually get some population going on here, we'll have a few extra minerals to gain. So that is fine. Now I am playing quite slow. And again, part of that is because it's been such a long time since I played. I'm sort of doing my best to try and remember what I am doing. Do we have an Admiral of the fleet? We do not. Let's go ahead and recruit an Admiral. So we've got Admiral Brooklyn Buckland, Admiral Juba Kazakov, and Admiral Galina Rychenkov. You have better weapons range, you have experience gain, and you are cheaper to recruit. I think we'll go for the better weapons range, to be honest. You're going to be the Admiral of our fleet. So, hopefully, you are... Where's our construction ship? You're working on that down there. Fantastic. Is there any particular animation going on there that we'd like to see? Not really. Can't really see what's going on there. Not too sure why that's showing being there, but weird enough. Oh well, you're getting stuff done, which is fine. And we want to make sure that we get enough minerals so that we are able to go and build a mining station on Jupiter. We can also work on the moon as well there and get some more minerals that way. Because we're certainly making more energy than we are minerals. And there's not really an awful lot we can get from Mars either. So we do want to try and get up our naval capacity. I mean, we do have that defensive pact with the Vulcans, so hopefully that will stop anything too bad from happening to us too early on. Now, one change they have made since the last time I played it, it used to be that every colonized planet counted towards your allowance. So I have an allowance of 7. But I've actually got 2 colonies, Mars and Earth. So the change they made is it's now colonized systems, not colonized planets. So if you colonize 5 planets in one system, it still only counts as 1. Which is quite nice. Okay, so when we tick over into the next month, we should have enough minerals to be able to go and build over here. So that's that station complete, which is what we expected. We've got our construction ship selected. And, yeah, we need 90. So we'll just wait until the end of the month, and then we'll go and get that going. Yeah, so not making a huge deal of minerals right now. And a couple of days to go. There we go. So let's work on that mining station. Now, if we go back and have a look at Earth, yeah, we just need to wait for this population to grow. It's only on 16 of 76. As soon as it is growing, we will have some additional minerals coming out there. In fact, why are you working on a place that gives 2 minerals when you could be working on a place that gives 3 minerals? That would make far more sense. And at the moment, we're doing quite well on energy, so let's go and put somebody else into the mineral slot. Let's go ahead and do that now. So we lose out on a little bit of energy, but we're gaining some minerals. And it's the minerals we need more than anything else at the moment. Okay, how are we getting on with our research? It's actually going quite quickly. So hopefully all of these things will be done in good time. How is our science ship doing? It hasn't really found anything interesting at the moment. I'm going to go up to speed 2. And, you know, we could go ahead and get some mines going on some of these things. We could get some more minerals if we went and moved in over there, which wouldn't be a terrible idea. Now then, how much does a ship cost? Ship size is 4, so we can't even get a frigate at the moment. We don't have enough naval capacity to do that yet. So I'm quite interested to play this for two reasons. One, like I said, it's been ages since I played Stellaris. Two, I'm a big Star Trek fan. And it's going to be really nice to see exactly what they've done with this mod. Because the actual way that Stellaris is, the way that Stellaris works, the type of game it is, it perfectly suits. It really, really does perfectly suit Star Trek. I'm so glad that they've done this. Let's go ahead and get that mining station on the moon. We might as well. Of course, it will cost us a little bit of energy to maintain, but that is not too bad. Yeah, I really should find out how this warp mechanic works. Already researched. Spaceports. It's going to be physics, isn't it? No. Just trying to find out exactly how that works. Ship designer. Anything that has warp. Basic computers, microfusion thrusters, warp engines.
Research complete.
Okay, that's completed, that's completed, that's completed. Warp engines. Description, work in progress. Yeah, so I'm not too sure how the warp works out for us. Can we add anything into these? You do have some weapons. You've got light pulse cannons and nuclear torpedoes. We've got nothing that can go in there, though. I can give you a nuclear reactor, but you probably don't need it. Right, new techs to work on. So let's start with physics. So, phase weaponry. I think phase weaponry is probably something we really do need. So, light phase cannons and heavy phase cannons. Tactical consoles. Give us tactical consoles, deuterium fuel tanks, EPS relays, emergency force fields, and inertial dampers. It'll also be very useful. Chance to evade +3. I think we'll go for the weaponry first. Social. Monthly influence. Ministry of Interior. So it'll give us extra monthly influence. It's probably worth getting. Let's get border control, though. It'll be quite useful. Nuclear explosives. Minefields. They can be useful. Nuclear mines. Polarized hull plating. And inertial dampers there. I think we probably want the polarized hull plating. Give our ships some shields. So that is all of our sort of tech queued up. However, we are over the 20-minute mark, so I'm going to end that video here. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you're going to enjoy this series of Stellar Trek. Stellar Trek? Yes, Stellar Trek. I like that. Stellar Trek. Stellaris/Star Trek New Horizons. And I'll see you guys on the next video. So, until then, goodbye for now.